If you did not think the NFL could sink any lower, then you were wrong. What they did this weekend was as petty and as mean-spirited as you can get. Listen to part of the Orlando Pace Hall of Fame speech on Saturday night.
To the St. Louis Rams fans, I'm so proud to say we brought that city a championship. Thank you for the support that you gave us during that run. No one could ever take that away from you. Thank you.
Pretty harmless, huh? Thanking the city where he won the ring, raises his kids, and now resides. Well, the NFL didn't like the plug for our town, so the online version of the NFL's YouTube channel, where the speech will be preserved in perpetuity, edited out the St. Louis part. They said it was a technical error. None of the other 6 speeches were condensed, and Brett Favre's speech was longer than Donald Trump's. What more do these people want from us? You took our team. Do you want our blood too? Is that what you want? This is like a divorce where the spouse gets the money, house, and then photoshops you out of the wedding picture. It existed. Our town won a Super Bowl. What's next, NFL? Do you take St. Louis off the Super Bowl 34 trophy? What did we do to deserve this? It makes you want to boycott the league. And that's the way I see it. Finally tonight, a word about my least favorite sports team in America, the Rams. But the news is good because Stan Kroenke's team is bad. And what gets me is all these media types in LA saying, you can be mediocre in St. Louis and get away with it. But we don't put up with it here. What? We won a Super Bowl here in 21 years with the Rams. You've had them for 49 years and haven't won squat. And I hope all of you are enjoying the great Jeff, I'm not going 7-9 Fisher. He's now 3-5 for the 4th time in 5 years. A brilliant hire, Stan Kroenke.
Nobody does it better.
The best is this. If Fisher loses 5 more games, he will be the losingest coach in NFL history. I predict it will be on that Thursday night at Seattle. I suggest he walking off the field and slow down the video and on the big screen play that big Carly Simon tune. And then Al Michaels, who will be on the broadcast, will play off his most famous call from the Olympics and yell, "Do you believe in futility? Yes." And that will do it in sports. I'm Frank Cusumano. We'll be right back.
The 5 on Your Side Sports Desk is sponsored by Mattress Direct.
They fired the coach because you can't fire the owner, although most of us would be in favor of that too. Jeff Fisher is not evil, just ineffective. 7 consecutive non-winning seasons. Fisher leaves a game before he would have set the record for most losses in a career with 166.
This is solely a performance-related issue, and when you look at the team and where it is and how we get better moving forward, I think for the fans, for the players, for the coaches, for the organization, we wanted to make sure games like yesterday didn't happen again.
Weeks ago, the same Kevin Demoff was quoted as saying, everybody will want to judge Jeff through the prism of just the record, but that is totally unfair. Which is it, Kevin? Do you judge him by his performance or not? I'm not defending Fisher here. There's no defense for the man whose offense was more boring than a tax return. It's pretty tough to be 32nd in offense in back-to-back years. But let me say this, please. Kevin Demoff is the most inept sports executive in pro sports. Since he joined the organization, the Rams are 41-83-1. Did you hear that? 41-83-1. He's the most disingenuous person I've ever met in sports. Demoff is the guy who would go on KMOX and talk about selling tickets to the great St. Louis Rams football fans, and then a week later he would be trashing our town, my town, to other NFL owners, saying we can't support football. We can support a football team just fine, but not one run by Demoff and Kroenke. And they stopped supporting it in LA too. This picture kind of sums it up. Now in LA, empty seats means they won't put up with bad football. But in St. Louis, it means we're just a baseball town. Give me a break.